Greetings, everyone. This is Miss Love. It's been a couple of days, you guys. Please forgive me. It's been a rough week when you're dealing with a family member that's sick. My mother-in-law, well, ex-mother-in-law, but she's gonna always be my mother-in-law. We still have a really good relationship, and actually, me and my ex-husband as well. But she is currently has stage 4 cancer, and she was in the hospital. She just got out the hospital last night. So my mind has been all over the place, and I just didn't have the energy to record a video about this last love language, which is acts of service. So please forgive me. Um, it's important that we take the time out to love on our loved ones and let them know that we are there for them and we care. And I hope that I got a fan going, so hopefully it's not bothering anybody, the noise. Yeah, so that's what I've been kind of going through. I said I need to get on here and do this video because I'm trying to be more consistent. I got so much that I want to touch on and deal with on this channel. I think the next thing, just kind of building up ourselves in order to prepare us for a relationship or either to help improve our relationship if you're currently in one. So me, I'm not. So I'm just trying to prepare myself to make sure I can be everything that I need to be for whoever God sends me. um, and also be all I could be for my family members, my loved ones, my mother-in-law. I just hate to see that she's in a lot of pain. Well, she's actually doing better today. I talked to her, so thank God for that. Also, I don't know if anybody follows the Nature Boy story. There's a cult leader called Corbin Nation is the name of the cult, Carbonation. Well, now, when he went to trial, of course, he said he wasn't a cult, but um, hey, I would say you could check out Sweet Ma for Life. She did a lot of coverage over it. So here recently, she covered the trial, so you could probably go back um, a, a couple of years to pick up on the full story and get to see a lot of the videos that Carbonation put out. They deleted because of course it would hurt him in court, but people had already pre-recorded him. But anyway, he was found guilty of all 5 counts, and he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. So that's why it's so important to love ourselves and to teach our kids how to self-love so they don't get caught up and stuff like that. These were young people in their early 20s. I mean, you know what I mean? So maybe a couple of them was like 18, 19. I don't know, but they were very young. And I encourage you guys to go and look at that story. And yeah, and see, the outcome was not so good for him. But let's jump right into acts of service, which is like, so my love language was quality time, but acts of service scored the next highest on my with me. So when you're dealing with a partner, and like I might do a lot of repeating in my videos because it's so important that we focus in on certain things, and we got to take ourselves out of a situation when we enter into a relationship. Of course, we want love and we want to receive it, but they do too. And so if you by yourself, I mean, you can give it to yourself. So you wouldn't need another person, right? So give that love that you have to another person, the person who you with, and don't, you know what I'm saying? We want it in return. If we meet somebody that's not giving us the love that we so deserve in return, um, and you've done all you could do to try to talk to this person, reason with this person, to say, you know what I'm saying? This is not, we're not on the same team. My advice would be to, hey, cut it, clean cut, and don't stick around and allow damage to be done. And I think we're going to touch on that's going to be a video of another time, staying too long. So, but when we talk about acts of service, I think a lot of these love languages, like acts of service and gifts, they kind of fall to me, go hand in, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of run together, if you ask me. But when you with a partner that whose love language is acts of service, like cleaning the house unprompted is one of the things that I saw. If you know that they normally would clean the house and just say, I'm gonna alleviate the stress from my spouse or love or my partner today. I'm gonna clean the house. I'm gonna fill the tank up or get the car washed. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that uh we are fulfilling our husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, partners for needs. And there's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of people, I feel like they're getting away from, you know what I'm saying, going into a relationship very selfishly and saying it's all about me. If he can't or she can't do this for me, and then I ain't gonna be, I ain't finna have that, da da da. What are you doing? So if we focus on ourselves and what we can bring to the table and build up our character, build up our self-esteem, and love on ourselves, then when we go into a relationship, we will go into a relationship. This is what I have to offer. Not just basically, you don't have to tell them, but just showing them this is what the love I have to give. And a lot of time we can set the tone for a person. And have you ever heard of, people saying, well, they this way with one person, but they not that way with another person? It's because a person set a tone when they enter that relationship. And because the person loved that person's character, what they stood for, and what they was about, they was like, okay, I'm willing to go with the flow with this tone. I'm willing to fulfill this person needs. I see, you know what I'm saying? They not a selfish person. So we have to make sure we go into it, and we have to be vulnerable. And I know that a lot of people are scared of being vulnerable because it opens you up for hurt. That's just a chance that we have to take. But also, when we do the video, when we do the talk about staying too long, I really want that to be alive, and I want people to engage because I want to hear other story about situations where they stay too long. And when you stay somewhere too long, you pick up stuff that you don't need to pick up, and it causes damage and all of that stuff. And you got to get through with, honey. Don't stay too long. But anyway, um, take the trash out, pick up their mail. I mean, just doing little things for them. Do community work with them together. If you know they like going to the nursing home to help the elderly, or read to them, or sing to them, or whatever. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Do it with them. I'm coming along with you this time, and let's do this together. If you see him outside mowing the grass and stuff, go out there and get the rake. I'm coming to help you. If you see him in the kitchen cooking, go. Let's see. What do you want me to do? Let me help you cook. Or if you see her cooking, if you see her doing laundry or folding up the clothes or hanging up, Let me help you with that. You know what I mean? Um, they could be working on their YouTube channel or anything. Is there anything I can do for you? Do you need me to hold the camera? Blase, blase. Do you need me to take the dogs out for a walk? You might not be so fond of the dog, but because you love that person and you want to make them happy and fulfill their love language, then you say, I want to take that dog out. I want to take the dog a walk for you. Then they might say, oh, thank you so much. No, I know how you feel about dogs, and that's okay. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's just being aware of one another's feelings and taking one another into consideration. That is a must. Taking one another into consideration. It's um, it's hard sometimes in a marriage, and I've had a few conversations with a few people talking about love languages, and you know they go in deep into other stuff, and I'm like, and I say this time and time again, just because you are fulfilling your partner's love language and you know what I'm saying, they're fulfilling yours, it does not mean that there is not going to be obstacles along the way. It does not mean that the water is always going to be calm in your relationship. And we have to understand when we go through tough times, it's just like anything, like in a sport or anything, in order for them to get better, right? They have to put in the work. And sometimes that work is hard. Sometimes you get exhausted. You know what I'm saying? And but by the time you went through this storm and you done ran up and down the corridor, you done did 10 100 sprints. You know what I'm saying? It has built your endurance. It has made you faster. It has helped you to be able to win the race or win the game. You see what I'm saying? So we sometimes we got to look at it like that. Yes, we're going through this battle. We're going through this storm right now. But how we perform in it, not giving up in it, considering one another in it, is it going to be exhausting? Yes, but we're going to come out winners. We're going to come out better, stronger. We're going to be able to endure. So when that next storm comes, baby, you see what I'm saying? You're going to be able to get on the surfboard and ride the wave. So we just got to look at it like that. That's just life. And whether you're in the relationship or marriage with that person or with another person, that's it's still you're still going to have stormy days. You're still going to have turbulent times. It's not going to always be peaches and cream, but you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to weather the storm, but they must be willing as well. You can't you can't do it by yourself. I'm not telling people. I'm not saying to somebody, get in there and do it by yourself. Fulfill their needs and all of that, and you get neglected. No, no, we're not gonna do that. But what we are gonna do is love on one another and help one another and consider one another. You see what I'm saying? And in comparison to somebody else, they don't compare. Never making another person feel more significant than your significant other. You know, we have to uh, we have to keep them in mind, keep them at the top of our dome. Um, Another, with acts of service is, like I said, to me, it's in comparison to gift giving. Um, And when you do acts of service, or you do one of, say for instance, yours is acts of service, theirs is physical touch. I mean, if y'all doing something together, they had like cleaning the house together, you could touch, fulfill his or her needs at the same time, giving words of affirmation. I mean, all of this can be done, and it's just about, a lot of people say, I'm not going to walk around. You know, I've heard the term, I'm not going to walk around and be saying, you're doing a great job, you look good, you this, you that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me touch you here, rub you there, this, and that. Well, what are you going to walk around and do? I mean, you could develop a habit of being kind and speaking nice words to your spouse. You could develop a habit of touching your spouse, walking up behind them, giving them a massage when they don't even ask for it. You know what I'm saying? You could develop a habit of, when you see them struggling doing something, or not even struggling doing something, to step in and give them a helping hand. When you know they normal routine, your husband normal routine is to take the trash out. Beat them to it. One day, beat them to it. Make it a habit of leaving little sticky notes, or doing something nice for your spouse. I mean, it's gonna be either or. You could make it a habit of that, or what do you want to make it a habit of being mean and hateful? And I ain't got to do all that to say, no, I don't want to do this, and that. No, but we will turn right around and go to work and be so sweet and kind to somebody we barely even know, and come home and be evil and cold hearted to somebody we lay next to at night. And the only time we happy is when we, sheet shaking. No, no. Let's make it a habit. Let's bring back the love. I'm so sick of, I'm so tired. I don't know about nobody else, but I am tired of seeing so many divorces and so many, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it. I really am. So many broken families, and kids have to, well, this is mama weekend, this is daddy weekend. I'm so tired of it. Then they go on to be in another relationship that don't work out, and it's worse than the one that they was in. I'm so tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's, and like I said, go, and I'm repeating what I've said in other videos. Go back. You see something ain't right, something you don't agree with the first time, you address it. We don't get no third strikes and all that stuff. No, 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna give me one more chance. I'm two. No, you deal with it the first time. You see what I'm saying? You make it right then and there. Don't allow things to build up, because when they build up, a lot of times it's out of control, and then it goes left, and then it never comes back right. It's just a snowball effect. So I would encourage everyone to take the love language test, and just try it out with your spouse. Just try it out. Set the tone. Set the tone for your in your relationship, in your marriage. Don't be ashamed to make it work. Don't be ashamed. You know what I mean? Because it could, hey, it's hard. I don't know if it's anybody watching that's single. All I can tell you that the single life, baby, it ain't nothing like it used to be. I'm telling you that now. And you get to a place, you get to a certain age, and you want somebody you can grow old with, somebody you can sit up and laugh and talk and go on dates with, and you know what I'm saying, and do just look forward to vacations with and all that stuff. I don't always want to go out of town with my girlfriends. Get sick of looking at them sometimes. I love them. I don't always want to be, hanging out with the kids or the grandkids. I love them, but I don't always want to hang out with them. So, I want somebody who I can come home and tell about my day and listen to how their day went, and we love on one another. But that is the end of the love languages. The next thing I don't know if we're going to talk on staying too long or boundaries. We need to, um, I think I'm going to talk more about boundaries, setting boundaries when you enter a relationship. That is so important. Keep that in mind that we set boundaries. A lot of times things go left because somebody has crossed a boundary that you did not set. You set it in your mind, but you didn't set it with them and they crossed it. And now you don't, you know what I'm saying, want to deal with them. So we're going to talk about those boundaries. I think his name is Steven Speaks he did a YouTube on talking about setting boundaries and stuff, which was really good. So I want to hear, if you put down in the chat, if you watch this video to the end, if you could put down in the chat, um, what is a deal breaker for you? What boundaries do you feel need to be set? Also, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Help build your girls' channel up. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. The likes don't be liking like that. So if I have, if this has helped you in any way, please leave a comment. Please be, you know what I'm saying? I want that positive or negative feedback. But, all of it is good. I can take constructive criticism as well. Um, so please do so. Leave it. When I start, I'm trying to set up so once I pull myself together, I'm going to start going not only live, but I'm going to be more personable to where I'm up on the screen and not my picture. I just feel like, it's better when a person can look at you. Um, so I will be doing that. I probably will have that set up for the next video. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure you love on yourself, take care of yourself so you can be of good service to others. Hit that like, comment, and share button. Hit that like, comment, and share button. Also hit that notification that way you can be notified every time I upload a video. And on that note, I am out. Bye.